Imagine being 20 years old, standing on a balcony in Naples, and realizing that the person holding your hand is about to help you change the entire architecture of celebrity culture. For the last 72 hours, the fashion world hasn't been looking forward, it has been looking back, obsessed with a digital time capsule that Vogue just cracked open. We aren't just revisiting a pretty photo shoot here. We are witnessing a forensic breakdown of the Naples session, the moment Zayn Malik and Gigi Hadid effectively became the blueprints for every power couple that followed. As Vogue marks the 10-year anniversary of this collaboration by releasing the unseen edits, the internet is having a collective meltdown. It turns out that those photos of them kissing on a motorcycle weren't just about high fashion. They were a high-stakes rebranding exercise that saved their relationship and launched a decade of Gigi obsession. The factual reality of the Naples retrospective hit the digital space on April 25, 2026. Vogue released a 15-minute documentary-style feature that includes raw, unedited film from the 2016 shoot directed by Mario Testino. The newest, and perhaps most shocking revelation, is that the couple had actually secretly broken up just 72 hours before boarding the flight to Italy. According to the production notes, the electric chemistry everyone praised was actually the sound of two people desperately falling back in love in real time. This 2026 feature showcases Jaffer Jackson-level possession of the frame, with Zayn and Gigi navigating a crumbling Italian villa while the crew reportedly stood back in silence, realizing they were witnessing a private reconciliation disguised as a professional job. This wasn't just a shoot, it was the world's most expensive therapy session. Public reaction has been a tidal wave of nostalgia bait that has successfully distracted everyone from the current tabloid chaos. Viral clips of a 20-year-old Gigi Hadid teaching Zayn how to smize for the camera have racked up over 50 million views, with fans labeling the footage the peak of human aesthetics. The social media debate is currently centered on the blueprint theory. On X and TikTok, the discourse has shifted toward how today's couples, like Kendall Jenner and Jacob Elordi, are cosplaying the energy that Zayn and Gigi invented in 2016. There is a palpable sense of mourning for an era of celebrity that felt untouchable and cinematic, contrasting sharply with the relatable and messy influencer culture of 2026. This situation escalated because it highlights the manufactured versus natural divide. For context, we are used to seeing every second of a couple's life on Instagram stories. But in 2016, the Naples shoot was a moment. It was the first time we saw them as a unit, and Vogue treated them like royalty. This is everything about the shift in fame over the last decade. We have moved from aspirational myth-making to algorithmic accessibility. It affects their reputations by cementing them as the legacy couple of the 2010s. For Gigi, it's a reminder that she has always been a creative director of her own image. For Zayn, it's a rare look at a version of him that was composed and collaborative, a stark contrast to the reports of professional volatility that have recently clouded his Zooey's documentary project. Let's look at the Naples logic through a more analytical lens. Why did Vogue choose now to release the unseen footage? Because we are in a post-reality era where the public craves the vault. The analysis of the unseen edits shows a couple that was surprisingly awkward behind the scenes, which actually makes the final photos feel more impressive. It's the performance of love. By showing us the mistakes, the moments they tripped or the shots where the lighting failed, Vogue is actually making the Gigi myth more human and, ironically, more enduring. Maintain a conversational tone, but let's be blunt about the first shoot energy. It's a punchy, high-glamour survival story. Short, punchy sentences in the archival commentary describe the atmosphere as charged. Slower, more analytical tone during the breakdown of the motorcycle shot reveals that Zayn was reportedly terrified of the cobblestone streets, but Gigi kept him steady. This perfectly mirrors their public dynamic for the next 5 years. She was the professional model who knew how to navigate the industry, and he was the enigmatic artist who provided the soul. The retrospective proves that they weren't just two pretty people. They were a functional partnership that understood exactly what the camera wanted. We have to clearly separate the confirmed details from the online theories currently circulating. It is a confirmed fact that Vogue released this retrospective and that the shoot took place in April 2016. It is a confirmed fact that the shoot was Zayn's first high-fashion appearance after leaving One Direction. The online theories, however, are speculating that the timing of this release was requested by Gigi Hadid herself to distract from Zayn's recent legal headlines regarding Louis Tomlinson. Fans are theorizing that there is a hidden message in the outtakes that hints at a secret marriage that occurred during that trip, though no legal records have ever supported this. There is also a viral theory that the AI upscaling used for the 2026 release was actually used to remove certain people from the background who are no longer in favor with the estate. The analytical tone of the legacy pivot is perhaps the most fascinating part of this 2026 digital drop. Slower, more thoughtful threads on Substack and fashion blogs are discussing how Vogue is essentially IP farming its own history. By turning a 10-year-old shoot into a new event, they are teaching Gen Alpha how to appreciate vintage Gigi the same way Gen X appreciated Kate Moss and Johnny Depp. It's a curated resurrection. They are taking a relationship that ended in 2021 and turning its beginning into a permanent, profitable monument. This leads us to a bigger industry question. Can a retrospective actually change how we view a person's current character? If we see the gorgeous, composed Zayn of 2016, does it make us more or less likely to believe the volatile reports of 2026? In the world of celebrity branding, the past self is often the only defense against the present reality. The upcoming response possibility is a Gigi Reacts video. Now that the outtakes are public, expect Gigi to share a behind-the-scenes post on her own channel, perhaps discussing what she would tell her 20-year-old self on that balcony. It's the standard, full-circle content that keeps the engagement loop closed. The future impact of this will be seen in the trend cycle. With the 2016 Naples aesthetic trending again, expect a massive resurgence of plaid and leather and Italian summer styles in the summer 2026 collections. Vogue isn't just releasing footage, they are setting the sartorial mood board for the next year. The unresolved tension is, of course, the current status. While we look at these love moments from a decade ago, the reality of 2026 is a co-parenting relationship that is reportedly strictly professional following the fallout of the last few years. The Naples footage gives us the dream, but it leaves the ending out of the frame. Ultimately, inside Zayn and Gigi's first photo shoot isn't just about a couple in Italy. It's about the power of the first impression. By the time the screen fades to black on the Vogue feature, the question won't be about why they broke up. It'll be about how they managed to look that perfect while their world was secretly falling apart. They didn't just give us a photo shoot, they gave us a standard that most celebrities are still trying and failing to meet. Do you think these heritage releases are a beautiful way to celebrate fashion history, or is it just a cynical way for magazines to cash in on a relationship that has already run its course? Let's talk about it in the comments.